Alright, welcome to the finals of the Pro Tour Gauntlet. We are playing Zoo, and we won the die roll, so we will like to play first. Okay. Experiment 1 into Goyf with Path. It's got slightly more lands than I like, but I think we'll keep it and try it out. So we're going to start with Forest Experiment 1. Let's see what we are up against. Alright, it looks like that control deck. So yeah, let's see if we are anywhere near able to be fast enough. We'll play Arid Mesa, go get ourselves a... Let's see. We could just get ourselves Sacred Foundry, pay 2 life, Tarmogoyf, evolve, and attack for 2. Take that. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna have to deal with. The problem is we don't have too much more going on. Hopefully we can draw some action. Lightning Helix is going to do it. And okay, another Experiment 1. So I think, yeah, we'll just attack and play an Experiment 1, drop Dryad Arbor, and pass it back. We would have liked to have been a lot more aggressive, but hey, you know, see what we can do. Electrolyze. So yeah, it's pretty big. Not much we can really do. Play ourselves a Curd Ape. Evolve once. Attack. Play a Wooded Foothills. And then we can thin out our deck a little bit. But yeah, our opponent seems to be in good shape. They have 7 cards, and yeah, they've killed our big threat and our Experiment 1, and they even killed our Dryad Arbor just for good measure. So we will crack this Wooded Foothills end of turn, thin the deck a little bit, grab, let's see what we got. Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but we can't do anything about it. We'll grab Stomping Ground, seems fine. No life paid. Okay, Burning Tree Emissary, not exactly the most exciting, but it's a creature for no value, but creature nonetheless. And I guess we really would like to see like an Atarkus command would be good. I mean, he's probably got all the counter spells in the world. But we'll see. A Nikadal doesn't do anything pre-combat, so just attack in as long as we're allowed to. Could be tapping our guys or something. Looks like it. Let's see. Is he deciding on the modes? Counter bounce or counter draw? Or I mean tap bounce, tap draw. So we're just waiting on our opponent. Unless they're just bluffing that they have a cryptic command, they want me to sweat. No. Tap and draw, of course. So tap down. Then we'll play Nikadal. And I guess there's no point to hold that. And pass it back. So, yeah. We're just... If our opponent can keep tapping down our guys, we're not going to win this game. And they're very close to being able to just activate the colonnade. He wants to get rid of our Nikadal. Okay. Okay, so now next turn he can start activating his colonnade. So I guess we're going to try the same thing. Okay, we'll attack with all creatures. We have the path to get rid of a colonnade also. What's this, a click? Resto. Huh. I think a resto to kill an experiment 1, which we can just regenerate. Okay, let's see where he blocks. I don't really want a path. Yeah. I'm going to regenerate the experiment 1 because we're going to be able to evolve it. And I like the idea of getting rid of a colonnade. Like if he chooses to activate the colonnade, we can path it. And there's actually a pretty good chance that if we attack, he activates a colonnade and we can try and kill it. We'll lose our Nikadal, but we will get in 4 points of damage. Might be worth it. I don't think we're going to win by sitting back. So I think we attack with everything. Let's see how he blocks, or if he decides to activate a colonnade. So, oh no, he just he has another Resto Angel. All right. I guess that is good. We can't really... I guess we have to kill an angel, right? Like, can't just let him eat 2 things. He goes eat, and we get in for 2 with a Burning Tree. He goes to 6, and then he could just attack back for 6, 10. So we're on a 2-turn clock then. Otherwise, we path the angel. And he could attack for 7, 14, 21. Otherwise, we can try and just kill the colonnade, which I think we just kill an angel right now, because I think he doesn't have to attack with the colonnade, and assuming that he would attack with the colonnade could lead to us just getting into trouble. So now we still get 4 damage in, and I think it gives us more outs. Like, we could draw a Tarkus command and do 3 to him, pump our guys, which he can activate a colonnade, so that probably doesn't work. But yeah, I was feeling really good if he just activated his colonnade instead of casting the second Resto Angel. We have nothing for this, so he's just going to kill our guy, take 4. So now we're kind of just hoping to draw some good burn. And I think that's just what we do. Just looking to draw a couple lightning bolts off the top and see where that takes us. Okay, we got an experiment 1 off the top. So we can't attack because he just kills our guy and activates and kills the other guy. So we will begin combat, see if he wants to do anything. We will not attack, and we will play an experiment 1. And that's our turn. Let's see what he's got. Ugh, Electrolyze. So good, so good. Electrolyze to kill. What's he got, like a Helix? Helix to kill another. Go up to 7. Yeah, really just taking all our outs away. Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't have to attack with the colonnade, so assuming that he's just going to get greedy and be like, oh, I'm going to attack with the colonnade would just be foolish. Again, we can't attack because he can just kill our guy. We can play a Curd Ape, though. Evolve our guy once. And, I mean, we're not strictly dead. There's a series of draws that we can have that will allow us to win. But I think it involves a drawing like a Tarkus command and the guy who gives +1/+0 to our team when he surged out. And I don't think that's necessarily where we want to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can activate the colonnade, one of the colonnades. So we could get in for 2, bring him down to 5, lose a guy, and then next turn possibly do the same unless he plays another land. I kind of think that's the play. I think we attack here. We sacrifice one of our guys to do 2 damage, play our other guy, and then hope that we can just draw into something to finish him off. Yeah, so he'll kill off one of our guys, of course. get him to 5. We can play this Burning Tree Emissary. I think we just play this. We're not bluffing that we have something. He knows, because we would have colonnaded him. Who's he bolting us? Is that just game? Because then he could do 7 more to us. Flying. Let's see. Yeah, he can just activate a colonnade and fly over the top of us, right? 7, concede game. All right. Oh, let's see what we have in the sideboard for Jeski control. So, Thalia seems pretty decent. Is that basically it? The paths aren't necessarily great, especially adding in Thalia's. Like, we can get his colonnade or something, but that's not what we want to be doing. We want to be very aggressive and get in as much damage and overwhelm the board with a ton of creatures. I mean, I kind of even like Deflecting Palm over the final Path to Exile in case he like stabilizes the board. And is it a super low life total? Devastating Summons puts 2 elemental tokens onto the battlefield, which actually is probably pretty good as a late game. If we get into the very late, we can like Devastating Summons, sack all our lands, and then surge out a Bushwhacker and attack for the end. So I think that's probably okay. Let's just see. Let's see if we can be really aggressive. All right. So we definitely want to play first. So we got a Thalia, we got a Goblin Guide, we got a Curd Ape. We kind of got a pretty great opening. I mean, 2 Thalias is a little awkward, but we can go turn 1. Curd Ape. No, turn 1 Goblin Guide, turn 2 Thalia. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Or turn 1 Curd Ape, turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Goblin Guide. It's probably similar either way. The Curd Ape by turn 3 will have done 4 damage. Goblin Guide by turn 3 will have done 6. So yeah, it's Goblin Guide. Alright. Get in there. See what he draws. A Lightning Bolt. Alright, so I would not expect our Goblin Guide to live for too long. Next turn we'll definitely put a Thalia down and kind of force the issue. Oh, or we could go Curd Ape Nicodle and then Thalia on turn. Thalia on turn 3. Is Thalia on turn 3 just as good? Yeah, that's a ton of pressure. If we go Curd Ape and Nicodle. And then Thalia on our turn 3. I think we kind of got to do that. Here, let's attack. See if he lets us first. He gets a mountain. Let's see. Will our Goblin Guide make it? So, yeah, I think we are gonna just be very aggressive here. Sacred Foundry, pay 2, Wild Mikado, and a Curd Ape, and just, yeah. Then we could drop down a Thalia. It's better if we draw land, so then we could like Thalia and also Atarka's Command the next turn. We could also just do 3 and pump our team. He's going to bolt one of them, obviously. It's still a very aggressive start. I think the only thing that would have changed is if we played Thalia, we would have ended up with oh, that's perfect. So Wall of Omens is going to let us get a Thalia down. Again, it's a little awkward because we want to be able to cast this. So this would do 6 damage right now. Get him down to 7, and then we could get him down to 4. But yeah, I think we definitely are just going to attack. Like, it is a little awkward that Thalia interacts poorly with Atarka's Command. But it interacts poorly with every spell in his deck, basically, so I would much rather have the Thalia down and have him forced to play like a 2-mana Lightning Bolt or a 3-mana Lightning Helix to get rid of the Thalia. And if we draw a land, it doesn't even matter. Drawing a land means that we're able to cast everything in our hand and have no issues at all. So I think we're going to attack and see what happens. We could play, so he's got Kiki, but he's a ways away from casting it. We could play a Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's fine for us. We'll get ourselves, let's see, probably just a forest. Okay, and then next turn we do have the Atarka Command option. So I think this works out. He'll take 2. We can Lightning Bolt him. Okay, so we either Lightning Bolt him or we play Nikadal, and then next turn Atarka's Command, deal 3, and then yeah, I think we play the Nikadal because if he can't deal with it, we can Atarka's Command, deal 3 to him, pump our whole team, and get 6 damage through. And if he does kill the Thalia, then we could Atarka's Command plus Lightning Bolt next turn. But we'll get the Nikadal down, and it gives us a little more flexibility. Resto, maybe. Electrolyze. Okay, so that's really good. So he spent his whole turn to kill. So now we have, I think we have enough to kill him right here. Let me just double check. We play a Tarkus command to give all our creatures +1 and deal 3, so he'll go to 6. He can block here, take 3, and then we lightning bolt. So we're gonna go Tarkus command deals 3, creatures we control gain +1/+1 until end of turn. And yeah, so I think we just got it. Begin combat. We'll attack. Trigger. He gets the bluffs. He can block one of them. We lightning bolt him. And he takes 3, goes to 0. Alright, that worked out pretty good. Again, I think it's the same plan. And just hope that we can be very aggressive again. Let's see what we can do. Alright, it's the final match of the final round, the final game. Here we go. The classic aggro versus control matchup. Zoo versus America control. Or Jeski, as it's called now. I really like this Pro Tour Gauntlet. I think it's a really fun idea. It gives you a chance to play with decks you might not have necessarily played with before. I think this hand is kind of bad. It's got way too much mana. 5 land hand. Like, what we could do, Dried Arbor turn 1, something turn 2, plus Tarmogoyf. That seems terrible. Just 5 land is far too many. We're gonna mulligan this, and this is way better. Way better. So we can go, yeah, turn 1, experiment 1. We'll put this on the bottom, or Nikadal. Both are great starts. I say probably turn 1 experiment, turn 2 guide, turn 3 Nikadal, depending on what we draw. Okay, so yeah, we just go Stomping Ground, pay 2 life, experiment 1. Next turn, we Goblin Guide. Turn after that, we Nikadal. And that's pretty aggressive. I mean, obviously he could just kill our guys, which he is doing, but yeah, okay, so we're fine. So we're gonna go, it's the same thing. Experiment 1, followed by yeah, Sacred Foundry. Yes. Pay. Goblin Guide out there. Evolve. And then we'll attack for 2. And then next turn, play Nikadal, attack for 5. And hopefully our opponent does nothing the rest of the game and accepts defeat. But he looks like he has something to do, maybe Electrolyze, or maybe Bolt and Helix or something. Oh, Wall of Omens. It's better than a Helix for us. Oh, that's actually not bad. So we're gonna play... Okay, so this puts 2 elemental tokens onto the battlefield. We have to sacrifice a bunch of land. We're definitely going to play the Nakatl. And I think this is a next turn, probably. He could counter it, which is kind of a blowout, which might be a reason to play it now. If we play it now, let's see. We can play it and put 2 3/3s onto the battlefield. So have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. And if we play it next turn, the only thing that's different is it's 2 4/4s. Huh. 2 3/3s right now, but he has more options with 3/3s than 4/4s, but alright, let's this is a very interesting decision. So if I sack 3 lands right now, we get 2 3/3s onto the battlefield, which we can presumably attack with next turn. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll still have a land left, and this is under counter magic, so let's try it. I've never actually played that card before, so I'm not sure the correct way to play it, but I think this is fine. Now we have... Yeah, because now next turn we can sacrifice for a Windswept Teeth for a Sacred Foundry. That's probably the reason not to. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to begin combat. Attack with all creatures. So, I mean, Electrolyze is kind of bad for us. See where he blocks. Yeah, so I think if we had saved it till this turn, we would have been in much better shape. He's going to bolt one of our guys. We're just going to go get Sacred Foundry tapped. He's going to bolt that. So yeah, if we had saved it till this turn, we could have played it and surged this out. And I think we might have gotten away with it and just run away with the game. So that's something to keep in mind on if your guys are playing it, is that you want to not sacrifice all your lands all the time. Who knew? But yeah, I think it was still fine. I mean, I've never played that card really before, and now it looks like we kind of are out of it. Alright, so we can do nothing. Apparently, lands are fairly important. So, yeah, I think right now we're in a lot of trouble. We kind of just need to draw lands, I guess. We can play nothing. We might have cost ourselves the game with that play, which is probably true. He's going to path his own guy. Okay, reasonable. Because he doesn't want to path our guy and give us an extra land. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. Like, we are just a land away from being able to kind of go off. But yeah, I think if we saved it till the next turn, we would have played it, then surged out our Bushwhacker, and that would have been quite a bit of damage. So yeah, that was probably the correct play. But yeah, let's see what happens. See where we're going. Ah, Forked Bolt. That's pretty bad. I guess we just attack. Like, unless he taps us down. Like, he can't activate his Colonnade. He can cast a Resto Angel, and then we can, like, Forked Bolt it during our main phase to do 1 extra damage. Yeah. So we can he's gonna block. We can Forked Bolt both of them. And that'll kill them. Which is alright. I mean, we're not in great shape by any stretch of the imagination. We definitely shouldn't have sacked all our lands. But I got excited. Let's see. Ah, a Mighty Curdape. Okay, we can't attack. So we play a Mighty Curdape, who's actually not very mighty at all. But I think if we draw a forest, we can Burning Tree, Bushwhacker. Who's he just hitting us? That's got to be game. 7 damage. Alright, so yeah, we did I think we did pretty well in this Pro Tour Gauntlet. I think our only real mistake was sacrificing the lands for those elemental tokens at the end, and yeah, I just wanted to do it. There's no real reason that I did. Like, I think that if we had waited 1 turn, we could have just got in for a massive amount of damage. But it did leave us with enough creatures that I thought we were going to be able to still pressure the board. But obviously, I just didn't think it all the way through. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this Pro Tour Gauntlet. I had a lot of fun playing it. Just like, subscribe, leave me some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you would have done differently and what plays you saw that I made that were just terrible, or what plays I made that were great. Whatever you like. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you next time.